This video is part of a whole course on documentary funding. If you want to watch the rest of the videos, go to videomaker.com/courses or click the link in the description.
There are a few challenges in the world that are as hard to overcome as finding funding for your documentary. And so that's why it's so important to know the different funding sources that you have so you can make sure your documentary gets told.
Today's fundraising climate is both complex and extremely competitive. Even so, there's still money out there, it just takes a knowledge of where to find it. In order to help you, we will be taking a look at when and how to use government grants, private foundations, corporations, individuals, and investors so that you can successfully fund your documentary.
One of the biggest sources of funding for documentaries are government grants. With sources like the National Endowment for the Arts and the National Endowment for the Humanities, either federal or local government can contribute enough money to cover all or most of your budget. That being said, writing grants isn't an easy task. In fact, some grants can be more thorough and taxing than a college dissertation. Not to worry though, if your verbal skills don't extend much further than hello, there are many professional grant writers who can do the work for you for a fee. Also, many producers, which can be found at local media art clubs, have experience in writing grants already and can help you write one. This approach has the added benefit of lending credibility to the project if the producer you choose has a long track record of films. Even so, if you feel up to the task of writing your own government grant, there are many great resources that can help you get started. The Foundation Center and the National Science Foundation have reference guides for proposal writing, just to name a few. However, knowing that it can be very difficult to get a grant from a federal endowment, you should also think about applying for grants from your local or state arts and humanity councils. Oftentimes, these councils are more forgiving in the application process and can be easier to get since the pool of applicants is much smaller. You can find applications for grants on websites such as the International Documentary Association and the Independent Feature Project.
Another great source of funding comes from private foundations. Private foundations like the Sundance Documentary Fund, the Jerome Foundation, the Ford Foundation, and the MacArthur Foundation are constantly seeking great documentary ideas to be a part of. Of course, with any grant or fund, it's imperative to know who the target audience for your film will be. This is usually the people who are most likely to be interested in your film's subject matter. Now, this is important because most foundations donate to very specific types of documentaries. In this way, researching foundations can be very helpful. Try to find their mission statement and previous films that they financed to see if your subject matter will be a good fit for them. This way you can be sure that you will share the message they want and the audience that they need. The Foundation's online directory and the Film Art Foundation in San Francisco are great places to go for information on active foundations.
One of the newest ways to get a documentary funded is by using internet marketing websites. Since there are literally thousands of other documentary enthusiasts out there who have also been frustrated with fundraising, websites have been created to help good documentaries meet with the right kinds of fundraising sources. These websites, like Indiegogo, allow you to post part or all of your project on their site where investors can look at it and contribute. Also, it can be a good idea to have your own website where you can post behind-the-scenes photos from your documentary and get people excited about your film. This method works especially well when you want to quickly show those you meet a sample of your work.
Lastly, you can also get your documentary financed by individuals. Though they often won't have a lot of money to give, if you can get a lot of family, friends, and investors on board to contribute to your idea, it can add up quickly. Of course, the best way to find individuals that may be interested in funding your documentary is by going to special interest groups and start networking. If you don't know where to find one, meetup.com is a great website that lists the time and place of a variety of groups meeting in your area.
There's not much that can be made without money, so that's why finding the right government grant, private corporation, or individual to fund your documentary is essential into making it a reality.
Thanks again for watching. If you want to watch the whole course on documentary funding, go to videomaker.com/courses or click the link in the description.